Thanks for tuning in, guys. Welcome back to another episode of the vlog. We are really excited because we've been quite busy lately, doing a lot of overhaul within the business. I've been redecorating the man cave, as you can see. Woo! And we've been bringing on lots of really exciting clients, which in one way has meant that we haven't had much time to keep you guys updated with the video and our vlog, as well as our own content on our website. And for that, I apologize. But don't worry, we've got loads of great ideas and things that we want to be talking about over the next couple of weeks and months. So stay tuned. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel and don't forget to hit the little dingly dangly bell, because you'll get notifications of when we upload a new video. So today I wanted to talk to you about UX and SEO. They are two subjects that are very close to my heart. I worked a lot in my background in SEO, providing SEO services for clients, as well as working client side. I've done a lot of work with various websites on technical SEO integrations and optimization. Over the course of my career, I've been really interested in how having a really robust SEO strategy backed up with great UX working together can work really well. So I just kind of wanted to give you a few ideas, a few tips about how you can get the best out of attracting more traffic through Google, and also making sure that your UX is on point so that when you get those users on board, they can go through your website journey and achieve the thing that they want to achieve. So I guess if we take a step back, one of the issues that we quite often see is a client will employ an SEO agency, and they'll do a load of great work. They'll optimize all of the header tags and the meta descriptions. They'll have the best URL structure, loads of SEO juice flowing throughout the website, great domain authority. But when a user actually gets on the website, that's where things start falling down, and sometimes the user flows are a bit disjointed. A prospect or a user just can't actually get to where they want to get to on the website. They can't find the information they're looking for, or they struggle to buy a product. And really, ultimately, that's where it falls down. And you're running a business. Your objective is to sell product or service or generate leads, whatever it may be. And that's where the UX side of things really comes into play. Now, the problem we see is then on the other side, a lot of UX agencies or UX designers, they'll create the most beautiful looking journeys, great propositional messaging, and it's very engaging, very encapsulating, and it will get you from A to B or C in the most logical fashion. However, sometimes that's not quite right for Google, and because Google's looking for certain keywords, and if the messaging on the website is optimized from a UX perspective, it's often very tricky to get it optimized for a Google perspective. So how do we kind of marry the two together and get the best of both worlds? I think with this, there's a lot to be said for just writing your content to be human. It's been widely documented that Google is changing its algorithms on a daily basis, where we can see a shift away from reciprocal backlinking and all of that kind of, I guess it's sort of white hat, but kind of there's a grey area. If you think about it like this, Google's objective is to show the most relevant website for that particular search query. And relevancy has various different factors involved with it. Obviously, keywords are account to that, URL structure, backlinks, that domain authority. They are all key factors that make up the SEO of a website. However, things like time on site, engagement, bounce rates, these are all UX factors that also affect your SEO positioning. So I think the real key here is when you're writing content for your website, whether it's a static page, a product page of the product itself, or a blog, in the back of your mind, you need to make sure that you are writing and implementing the right keywords at the right place, and you've got that structure correct. But actually, you really need to be thinking about writing for the user. Who is the audience and what their needs are? And this should really link back to your overarching content strategy. We see a lot of the time companies writing blogs that are kind of covering generic topics within their industry. For example, in professional services such as solicitors and accountants, rather than writing about the generic topics such as legislation and tax advice, think about what your users are actually probably going to be engaged with. It could be business advice or personal advice around life events, and just getting the user to start thinking a bit more beyond just the product that you're selling. Okay, so let's just rewind slightly. If you're trying to optimize your website for Google, and you want to increase your rankings, not only do you need to think about the keywords and the architecture of the site, you also need to be thinking about the user and their needs. One of the things we would advocate, and this is such a common conversation, particularly when rebuilding a website, we always get to a certain point where we then start thinking about the content of the website. And content, it can manifest itself in various different forms. But when we talk about content, we are talking about anything that you are distributing out there, whether it's a blog, a white paper, a video, a social media post, anything that you are portraying about yourself, that is content that is available and public. So therefore you need to be thinking about that, how that kind of weaves in, and whether that particular channel is right for the audience. And then this really steps back to, do you know your audience well enough? Part of what we do and we advocate massively is going away and doing some proper UX research, understanding the nuances of your users. What are their needs? What are their objections? And then how do we answer those problems through A, the visual design of the website and the user experience, and then B, how do we engage with those people through the content that we're portraying, and then finally, how do we optimize that content to help it shift the website up through the Google rankings for that particular search query. I think there's probably multiple videos or blogs that we could probably do just within that section alone. But if we just stay on the SEO side just for a second, when you're thinking about optimizing the website, almost think of it as a pyramid. So your website's at the very top, but you need a lot of foundations to help make sure that the website can achieve the position that you want it to get to. Obviously, number one would be great. Naturally, they're going to be very competitive, and that's what everyone's going to be going after. So you need to build up your foundations, and this could be through blogs, your static pages, backlinks. You need that grounding to give the website the best possible opportunity to rank for that number one keyword. So I know I've kind of talked about lots of different things to do with UX and SEO, but my main message that I wanted to get across is when you're thinking about engaging with an SEO agency, or you're currently undertaking some SEO work on your website, and it's not just a one-off thing, it's a continuous evolvement and optimization of the site. Remember to always make sure that you are considering the user, because ultimately they're going to be the ones that are using that website. And things like bounce rates, engagement, time on site, the UX, those are all fundamental factors that Google is also taking into account when it's considering what position to put your website. Equally, when you're reviewing your website from a usability perspective, make sure that you're not just 100% focused on what the user wants. Ultimately, that will increase conversion. But great conversion is almost meaningless if you're not generating traffic. So you have to have a harmony between the two. So I think for this video, and there could be, as I said earlier, a lot more content that we can provide you, going into a lot deeper detail. But this is really just a snapshot, and just to maybe start getting you to think, without being patronizing, the nuances between SEO and UX, and making sure that there is some harmony in your strategy to ultimately give your website the best possible chance of A, ranking well, and also B, converting well. Hopefully that's given you some ideas, some inspiration. Obviously, if you want to know more, please ask your questions in the description box below, or email us. You can find our contact details at insightfulux.co.uk. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. We will be uploading more video content soon. Thank you very much for watching. Appreciate it, and stay tuned for more. Cheers, guys. Boom.